So on Friday, we would have solved this first system of equations by making a matrix A out of what numbers?
-6, 2, 4, 0.
-6, 2, 4, and 0, and then putting it to the -1 and multiplying it by matrix B, and what would matrix B have been? 10 and -20, and it would have spat out our answer, which would have been X and Y, correct? So what we're doing today gets us to the same place. It gets us what X and Y or X, Y, and Z equals, but in some ways you have to press less buttons. You're only going to put in one matrix. Okay, and it's going to be called an augmented matrix. So what we're doing is we're solving systems using augmented matrices.
Can we just put arrows going up to that?
To your notes, you're in control of them. Now, on your test, I'm going to give you systems of equations and say solve them, and you can choose whether you use inverse matrices like what we did Friday or augmented matrices like what we're doing today. Okay, so you can choose either one. They both do the same thing. You just choose which one you like better. All right, first we're just going to practice writing that system of equations as an augmented matrix. Okay, with an augmented matrix, they end up looking something like this. Basically what happens is that a straight line like that replaces the variables and the equal sign. All right, so we are going to have a matrix with a line in it, and then you just take the numbers. So the first row is going to be -6, 2, and then 10 on the other side of the line. All right, so what will the second row be? 4, 0, -20. Very good. Because we have like a +0y right here. So the big difference in this is that you're only making one matrix, but it has this weird line thing in it. Okay, but that just kind of replaces the equal sign. If you've got a matrix like this, you know that you're dealing with systems of equations. All right, that's why we haven't used it up until now. So let's do the opposite. Instead of taking it from a system of equations and putting it in an augmented matrix, we're going to start with the augmented matrix and write it as a system. Okay, so like up top, the -6, 2, and 10 made -6y x plus 2y equals 10. So what will this one make?
6x plus nothing, y squared.
Equals
3.
3. Okay, and then what about the second row?
1y, or just y plus y. X plus y. Yeah,
X plus y equals -5. So those ones are invisible in front of the X and the Y. Not too bad? Kobe, you okay with it? Yeah? All right, so now let's actually use it to solve the system. So now we're going to have a bigger matrix when we write it as an augmented matrix. 2, 3, -1, and then what's on the other side of the line? 11. Okay, what's the next row?
3, -2, 4.
And then 10. Okay, last row. And 8. Sorry. So pretty much what's happening is you're just writing down all the numbers. You're ignoring the letters. Granted, it's set up to where they're all in order, they all line up. Okay, that's what's necessary. But you're just writing down all the numbers, and then instead of the equal sign, you're writing down that line. Okay. Now, when you put this in your calculator, the calculator can't actually show you this line, so you're not going to see it. When you put it in the calculator, you're going to put it in as a 3x4 matrix, and it's just going to look like it doesn't have this line. Okay, so first step over here is to enter in your matrix A and enter it as a 3x4 matrix. May already be in, oh no, it's probably not already in that one. Some of yours may already have it in there. Maybe. No. Okay, once you have your matrix in there, it's a 3x4. It looks like this, except no line. All right, now we're over here with these steps. So hit second quit to get out of it. And now we're going to tell the calculator what to do. So go back to the matrix stuff, second x to the -1. And we're going to use the math menu again within the matrices stuff. The only thing we've used so far is determinant there. Now we're going to use something else. You're going to scroll down to option B, but honestly it's quicker if you scroll up to option B. Okay, so it looks like this. Okay, so it looks like that. And select B. It says RREF. Make sure you get the one that says RR, not just R. RREF. That stands for Reduced Row Echelon Form, which sounds like gibberish, but just go with it, okay? And then tell it to do that operation to matrix A. So go select matrix A, and when you press enter,
Gives you all that.
okay, it should look like this. Did everybody get that? Okay, remember that when you put the matrix in, it didn't look like an augmented, right? Because it didn't have the line. Well, same thing when they give it back to you. It doesn't look like an augmented, but it actually is. Okay, so just pretend that there's a line there. And we'll get our answer out of that. Now, what does this, what is all this on the left side? The identity. Nice. Okay, so in order for your answer to be like an ordered triplet, you have to see the identity there. If you do not see the identity, then your answer is no unique solution. So maybe you want to write that down.
So it doesn't have all those zeros.
Yeah, if that is not the identity, and it may only be off by one number, but even if it's off by one number, it's still not the identity. Then answer is no unique solution.
So what's an example of it?
So like if you're gonna have several on your homework, but say they give you 1 0 0 0 1 1 0 0 1. Is that the identity? No. So it may still have random. It may still have numbers over there, and that's what's tricky. You really have to pay attention. If they gave you this, the answer would be no unique solution, because What variable went with this first column? Variable. X, right? So this is X. Don't have a Y, don't have a Z. So X equals, what does X equal out of that? 4. The next one says that what equals 1? Y equals 1. And then the last row says Z equals 0. Okay, so this one would have said X equals 1, X plus Y equals -2, or not X plus Y plus Z equals -2, and Z equals 7. Okay, so that one didn't work because we didn't get a value for each variable alone. Okay, so this would be your answer, except we'll write it as 4, 1, 0.
Not really.
It's easier than solving it out like we did last time.
Yeah, like last 6 years.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay,
I was
so.
walking with you and I forgot to write all this down.
Okay, so you can, like I said on your test, you can choose between what we did on Friday, inverse matrices, A to the -1 times B, and solving it that way, or doing it this way, using our REF in an augmented matrix, okay? Either way, you do it on your test, is fine, you choose. Now on your homework today, I want you to do it this way, so that you can practice. Now remember, you're going to have several that'll get no unique solution. But always maybe go back and double check that you put your matrix in correctly, because if you put your matrix in wrong, it might mess up and give you a no unique solution as well. Okay, so just
wait, so
take your time putting
you said
matrices
that-
in.
You said we can use either way on the test, the one we learned Friday and the one today?
Yes.
So like, what's the difference then? Like, why does it matter?
Just some people like it better than others. Like this one, you only put in one matrix.
Okay.
Yeah, and the other one you put in 2 matrices. I just want you to see what your calculator can do.
Calculator 2.